Thank you for joining me for another quick hits conversation. I'm Dr. Robyn. I'm a concierge high performance psychologist providing luxury level support to executives, entrepreneurs, celebrities, and athletes. With me today, I have Brandon Mahoney. He is the co-founder of LaunchPoint Labs, a national venture firm where he is the expert in creating sales departments. He is known as Dr. Startup. I have Jerjian. He is in commercial real estate, where for 35 years, he has been focusing on creating small spaces for small businesses. And I have Gary Fredericks. He is the CEO of On Point Partners, where they provide back office services for small businesses. The question I have today, what does it mean to actively look for good luck? Brandon, what are your thoughts?
So I don't think you can actively look for good luck. I think rather you can prepare yourself to be in situations where you could become lucky. It's like that old phrase, luck is where preparedness and timeliness meet.
I don't believe in good luck.
Really? Not at all?
No.
Okay.
I believe you make your luck by being prepared, working hard, planning. There's no such thing as luck to me.
Interesting. I think I disagree. Chris, go ahead. What do you think?
I do believe in luck, but I don't think you can rely on luck. And I also don't think, even if you're unlucky, you can still make your way through it. I mean, those are the hurdles that in life that you have to get through. So wasn't it Thomas Jefferson that said, I believe in lucky, and the harder I work, the more I have of it. And I kind of believe in that mantra. If you're prepared, you're clear about your goals, you're open to opportunities, and you surround yourself with the right mindset and the right people, in other words, positive thinking, you're more likely to be lucky. That's kind of my take on it. The question itself, though, made it sound as if you can sort of seek out luck, which kind of, I don't know if that statement is true.
The challenge I have with it is that I feel like you can do all of the right things and still not get the lucky result. And books like Fooled by Randomness, The Drunkard's Walk, and Thinking in Bets all talk about how you can do it all right and set yourself up for good luck, but sometimes it just doesn't strike you. And that's just how it is. So this idea of you have to look for it or you have to go in search of it was interesting to me, because I was like, okay, if I do all the right things and I don't get the lucky result, then what?
See, I've never been a fan of the term luck. The phrase, when I'm working with sales reps and they find success, they close a deal. When I ask, how did you make this happen? They almost always say, oh, I got lucky. I get it. You want to be modest, you want to be humble, but that to me, I don't like that. It's what did you do? What was the actual work that you put in to be in that position? To me, luck, it's almost discrediting the work that you put in.
So do you think anyone who does ABCD steps work gets the lucky result?
I think luck plays a part in everything we do, but it's such a small piece. In order for you to close that deal, a lot of things had to happen, a lot of variables had to come to play and work out, but you also had to be prepared for the meetings. You had to reach out to the person to begin with. You had to have the right solution. You had to do all those things. So luck plays a part, but I think it plays such a small part.
Just to interject there, if you look at a sportsman or an athlete and it's their one chance of getting the cup or the medal, and that day they sprain their ankle or something goes wrong, is that unlucky or is that just circumstance or whatever? I mean, that's how luck, I guess, can affect a result. But looking for a lucky result, I think, is an oxymoron, because results are usually sort of as a result of the work you put in and the effort you put in, and you might not get it exactly the same way you wanted it, or at the sort of at the rate, but you'll find a way of getting there unless time is against you in some form.
So Gary, you said at the beginning, you said you don't believe in luck. Is it your experience that everyone who does the steps gets the reward?
If you do all the steps and you don't cut corners, yeah. I mean, I would take the word luck and replace it with the word good.
And more, how?
If I work hard, I have my plan, I stick to my plan. The plan's been researched. We know what the result should look like. We have a good result or a bad result. It's not lucky or unlucky. To me, luck is some outside force that I have absolutely no control over at all. And I feel personally that I can control everything in my life if I prepare and do the right things.
Wow, I'm impressed. I don't think I control hardly anything in my life. I think a lot of things happen where I'm like, oh, didn't expect that. So are you saying then if I were to kind of paraphrase that, to actively look for good luck in your way of thinking is do all the things and good luck will find you because you've done all the things.
Good stuff will find you.
Good
Yeah.
stuff will find
Good
you. Okay.
results.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Gary, there are things totally out of your control, even if you are in control, like COVID. If your business was locked down and shut down, I don't know, is that just unlucky, or is it doesn't reflect on your efforts? It doesn't affect on you followed the plan.
I'm a business contingency expert, so our business
Yeah.
was not shut down. And our clients' businesses were not shut down because we were prepared.
So that's one of the do
It all
all
goes-
of the things.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's things that happen that I don't expect to happen, or I didn't plan on happening. I don't think it's unlucky. I just think I didn't plan on that car running across the 2 lanes of traffic and hitting me. Nothing I could do about that except to be a good driver. And when I took my driver's ed to understand what I have to do if I get hit. But I feel I control everything in my life, the things that I do. And some things I have to react to, but some things I can control outright. But either way, if you think about it, you can create contingency situations and plans. I'm not saying that you have to be OCD and be planning all the time, but you come up with some general ideas. This is what I would do if this happened. I can control those situations better.
It just seems like luck is just the term we use to when we don't know how to explain what happens, right?
Exactly.
So
I hear it all the time in sports. Oh, this team is lucky. They're not lucky.
What about the people who don't do all the things and they just happen to get a hit, like it just happens to work for them? What is that?
I think if we went through and we looked at everything outside of them, the different people around and what they were doing, I'm sure if we spent enough time, we could figure out exactly what took place to cause that to happen. We just don't have all that information. So I guess it's just easier to say it's luck. It was random.
Because in the book Fooled by Randomness, one of the things they talk about is that if you have 100,000 people who are all trying to get to point A, somebody's going to get there. But it might not be that they did anything different than anybody else. It just happened to fall their way. Do you disagree with that premise?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the will to want to get there.
So
And
does that mean
how-
that people who don't get there, it's their fault?
to some degree,
Hmm.
it's fixable though. It's fixable. Doesn't mean that they're losers or they're never going to win. Just, I didn't win this time. I didn't get the result I wanted. And here's what I can change the next time to get that result.
And Chris, you made a good point. There is a time element. You only get so many tries.
I was just thinking of my construction project, and some of it is my fault, but some of it was completely out of my hands. Like if there's a back order on an item that's 9 months out, and you scramble to get that particular product elsewhere, and you find everybody's in the same boat because there's only a couple of manufacturers and they're all in the same situation. Whatever contingency plans I had are not going to work. But is that unlucky, or is that just the state of affairs? It is what it is. I think luck is a loosely used term, definitely. And your point about that person, everything falling their way, it means everything went according to plan. There were no hiccups. You could use the word lucky, but it's basically what Gary was saying is if you have the plan, you're going to get there.
Luck is an excuse to me.
Yeah.
I definitely hear that, Gary, that you feel like put in the work and it happens. I don't know if I've experienced that. And that's something we can certainly talk about in a different time. But I feel like, and I don't know if it's because white female grew up really poor, but I feel like I've worked really, really, really hard and seen other people get a lot more lucky than I have. And not to say that I'm not blessed, I am, but I don't know. Life isn't fair, as my father used to tell me. So thank you for having this conversation with me about luck. I think that it's a complicated subject, and I'm so glad that we didn't all agree about it. That makes it so much more fun. I look forward to speaking to each of you again really soon.